What is up, everyone? It's your boy Dave.
Your boy!
And with me is Shane.
Hey guys, I'm Shane.
My hype man.
Hype man!
Then we have the mumbling man, Russell.
Mumble.
I was mumbling.
Yeah, I know.
You mumbled over my mumbling.
You can't mumble a mumble.
Yeah, you can.
Don't mumble the mumbler. I'm done with this.
No, keep going. Let's see what we got.
Over.
This is the DQP Does Hostful, where we talk about news and trailers and, I don't know, talking dogs.
Yep.
Starting off great. All right.
Yeah.
So first up, we're going to talk some trailers, right? We do some trailers.
We watched the Morbius trailer.
Yeah, we did.
Quick synopsis. Biochemist Michael Morbius tries to cure himself of a rare blood disease, but he inadvertently infects himself with a form of vampirism instead. Dr. Michael Morbius will be played by Jared Leto.
So far, so good.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Does it have anything to do with Spider-Man?
We seen Michael Keaton in the trailer, and on IMDb, Michael Keaton is uncredited as
Batman.
a character.
Yeah, he's Toombs. It is in a Spider-Man universe.
Yes.
There's a Spider-Man poster in the background, and it's spray painted over it. Murderer. Sorry, I'm taking your thing.
Hey, he's the mumbler.
He also talks about Venom
Yeah, at the end.
at the end. So it's definitely in a Spider-Man universe.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't know. I didn't look too close at the poster
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't either.
because you should be able to tell by the costume. But
Yeah. There's probably a YouTube video that breaks it down.
oh yeah,
We
And there-
should make
have
those
you seen those?
eventually.
Like some of the I watched every trailer at 0.25 speed, and I'm going to explain every frame to you.
Yeah, dude. People watch those.
Yeah, I know.
I don't.
That sounds like
watched
someone I don't
one.
hang out with.
That was like 20 minutes long, and I was like, "This is fucking annoying."
Yeah, just give me like you don't have to show it to me also scene by scene.
Yeah.
Like just give me 6 minutes of what you discovered in the trailer.
Well, okay, so here's another thing about that. This is way off topic, but you have to make like over 15-minute videos now, I think, on YouTube to like get monetized or something.
Yeah.
So a lot of those people are like, yeah, so anyway, this part and then this and then blah blah blah, and they're just like they're basically writing
Would
the
you
high
say
school.
they're mumbling.
No, they're writing like the high school 500-word essays. You remember when you
Keep
just like
explaining
added
stuff.
random words in,
Yeah.
and then instead of using words that you know the meaning of, you used the definition from Webster's dictionary and like put that in just to pad your word count. That's
Yeah.
what these videos are. And it's like, fuck you, dude. Like,
Do you ever run into those weird YouTube videos where it's supposed to be like spooky or whatever, and the guy talks like this to try to be spooky?
I've never seen that. What
It's
the fuck?
awful. I click on something like, what's this? Spooky shit? Okay, then it's like, welcome to this video where this guy is scary. I'm like, nope, hate you.
Yeah. I mean, some people I don't like being mean to people, but some people should not talk. Not because they don't have good ideas, but because they have really annoying voices. I'm sure some people think that about me, but
Probably me too.
I think my voice is annoying. I don't like listening to myself.
you need to watch more YouTube videos. You'd be like, I sound like an angel.
Yep.
Aw, thanks, bud. So this trailer, though.
Yeah.
Morbius. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I still need to watch Venom 2. I'm gonna go
Yes,
ahead and throw
same.
that out there. But I'm also probably not going to watch Morbius when it comes out. Probably also wait for it to be video on demand. Mostly because I don't want to give Sony my theater money.
Yeah.
I don't like what's happening. I'm not a fan of the particular attempt of tearing apart the MCU.
Take that, Sony. Pew, pew, pew.
I'm waiting to see what happens after No Way Home, like how that movie plays out in particular. Like, because if they just put a cap on it and like, well, he's out of the MCU, then
yeah. So Tom has also said that he doesn't know what happens next.
Yeah,
because his contract is up, and this is the first time he's been free,
right?
Since
all the reports of them like treating it like the last time, and stuff at the rap party and shit like that.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. I would like to see Tom continue to play Spider-Man. I love him as Spider-Man. There's so much more that we can do with him as Spider-Man, because of where they started at with him in the MCU being in high school and stuff.
Where they started, his age, his athleticism, like he's basically the perfect Spider-Man.
Yeah,
I mean, you might not like him, you might like one of the other guys better. And I'm not gonna say objectively that you're wrong, but objectively you're wrong. Sorry.
Yeah, Tom is my favorite. I mean, I love Toby as Spider-Man, and we'll see if that holds up as we move into the Spider-Man movies.
If this new one plays out the way that we think it's going to play out, and they play more than a cameo or they're in it at all, I'll be happy to see them.
Yeah, I'll even be happy to see Andrew.
I don't dislike them as Spider-Man. Andrew was probably the worst Peter, but he could have been a better Peter if they were like, he's out of college and they wrote it better. And I think that's a big part of the problems that people have with all of the different Spider-Mans, whichever one is their favorite, is the writing more than anything. Because like I see a lot of people bitching about the Tom Holland Spider-Man because he doesn't web sling through New York. Because there's all these, and they're right, there's all these epic scenes in the previous Spider-Man movies of Spider-Man swinging through New York. And there's like slow-mo scenes and like just him just getting to and from places.
Yeah.
And it looks really cool. And they don't do it a lot in the newer Spider-Man movies.
That's true, yeah.
That's not Tom's fault. He didn't fucking write the movie.
Yeah, it's not. I do think Tom's Spider-Man suffers from being in the MCU, just because he, like, at times the character feels overshadowed. I mean, especially in Homecoming, where, Tony's in, like, a decent portion of the movie. He's got, like, 23 minutes of screen time or whatever. Because it doesn't... I like the replacement. I like what they did with it. I feel like it was written well, but it is not the Spider-Man that we're used to.
No.
So, I mean, on some fronts, I agree with like Tom's Spider-Man not necessarily getting the correct treatment, but I also feel like if it would have just been a rehash, we would be sitting here bitching instead of loving
that we
Tom.
got another origin story.
Yeah. So, because they did it well, like I loved the way they did the origin that isn't an origin, but still an origin. Like, I enjoy everything they've done with Tom's Spider-Man, and I also wonder if, like, they've specifically not done the web slinging through New York, because there's other stuff that they haven't done with him either. Like, there's a lot they have not done with his Tom Spider-Man character that has already been done in the other movies.
Yeah,
that I'm wondering if we're building to give us time, to give us even more time in between, all the Spider-Man shit we're used to build Tom's character into the Spider-Man stuff that we're used to.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he's still pretty clumsy with his powers. Like, he does really well in Civil War, where he's like slinging around and he takes out Winter Soldier and Falcon pretty easily, and but he's still not like the apex Spider-Man that he should be.
Right.
And I want to hope that we're going to get there.
Yeah.
But now there's a wrench in the gears and I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Nobody does. Well, somebody does, but
so
nobody that's talking to us.
But
please talk to us.
I'm super excited to see Jared Leto play this character very specifically.
Yeah.
Because, like, if you're going to have him play a Spider-Man villain, I think this is a great villain for him to portray.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of one that I would want him to play more.
I would have also accepted him as Mysterio.
I was okay with Gyllenhaal
I thought you did okay.
I thought Gyllenhaal did a good job.
with what he was given.
With what he was given. I wanted more out of the Mysterio character.
I mean, we're going to talk about
general.
these movies at length later.
Yeah,
But
that's
we
true.
keep talking about them.
So
now.
I'm excited
Morbius.
to watch all the Spider-Man. It's been a while.
Yeah.
I have the first 1 or 2 on VHS, so maybe I'll kick it old school.
Oh, shit.
Mainly because I have to, because I have no internet.
God damn it.
What are we on? Month 3?
This is the 3rd month without internet. I'm dying.
Damn,
I
dude.
don't know how you're still, like, alive.
The other day, I picked up this thing. It was like heavy, had words in it. They call it a book, I think.
What the fuck is that?
Fuck, I don't know. But it was there. I don't have
Weird.
internet.
He was shaking when he showed up today.
Yeah.
He had the shakes. He was like, "What's the Wi-Fi password?"
Yeah.
Yeah. I get little hits of Wi-Fi when I can.
Maybe a hobgoblin, but anyway, whatever. He's playing Morbius.
He is playing Morbius.
And I think it's an interesting it's interesting how they're doing this.
It looks neat.
Yeah, it should be good.
Yeah. He is craving blood,
Yeah.
so that's different.
Does he
But-
not in the comics?
No,
No,
he does.
I mean, he does.
He depends on what iteration you're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm.
There's a point that he gets to where he's like trying to not be a bad guy, so he like drains the plasma specifically out of people instead of just like drinking their blood.
Well,
He also has like hand suckers.
that's from the cartoon.
Is that only in the
Yeah,
cartoon?
the hand suckers is in the cartoon.
Oh, I thought it was also
Because they changed it because they didn't want him drinking blood in a fucking Y7 cartoon.
Huh.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
And like
I
I
was
was
confused.
seeing a bunch of shit on Reddit in one of the threads about this where the people were like, that was worse. I was so fucking traumatized by some dude walking around with like octopus suckers on his hands, like just touching people, and they're like, ah, and they
Yeah.
faint, like
that's
sucking their life
terrifying.
force out and shit. Like, yeah, dude, it was fucked up. Morbius was scary in the fucking 90s Spider-Man show. And he had like 8 episodes or some shit.
Damn. Are we watching that too?
I mean, we can
Watch the
I mean,
cartoon.
I don't know how much
That's a
time
lot.
you're wanting to put in here. I watched it again recently myself, like I guess not recently, when Disney Plus came out, like last year or whatever. I watched through, I think, like 90%. There were a couple episodes I skipped because I remembered them, and I was like, I don't like this episode.
I guess maybe I assumed that it was based off some sort of iteration of him in the comics.
As far as I know, they changed it so that he wasn't sucking blood in a young kid's TV show.
That makes sense. Doesn't the vampires that Blade hunts down in the Spider-Man show, though, don't they like drink people's blood?
They don't show it.
Oh, they just don't show it. Okay.
I don't think they show it.
'Cause
It's
that was-
implied.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like people show up. You show up and like they're like laying on the ground and they're like coming up from them.
Yeah.
I'm
I always
scared.
thought it was like that was one of the things I always liked about Morbius in the cartoon was he's like trying to not be a bad guy,
Yeah,
but he's like fighting his like nature or his now vampiric nature and stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm also wondering how they're going to do this. See, like this shit's pissing me off even further because like Marvel has the rights to Blade.
Yeah.
But if Morbius is going to be a Sony exclusive and they're going to split the universe again, we're still not getting everything we could be getting because
yeah, they're gonna fuck up your Midnight Suns, bud.
yeah, they're going to hardcore fuck up my Midnight Suns.
Sorry, bro. It's not happening. Or if it does, it's
Just-
gonna be missing a bunch of people.
Like, I don't care if you're going to spin the MCU into two universes. Like, I would love a Marvel Knights universe where everything's rated R. I would, and if Sony does it, okay. But, like, that's what I want. And, like, Marvel and Disney have to be okay with it, too. Because there's a lot of shared characters. Like,
Yeah.
you know. But I don't want watered down Punisher. But
No.
we're supposed to get a rated R Blade movie. So, like, I don't.
And a rated R Deadpool.
And rated R Deadpool. Deadpool's going to remain rated R. So I don't know. Just have to wait and see.
Yeah.
I loved the Blade movies when I was younger. I watched those all the time.
Morbius was like going to be in the first Blade.
Really?
Did you see that with me? The thing that you didn't see that.
I don't think so.
So the director, there was like an alternate ending where you just saw Morbius like on top of a building in the distance. And like the director played him.
I did see that with you.
Okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, instead that scene got changed to
The blood god thing. That's awful.
Yeah, well, so I seen an
Sort
after
of.
credits thing where he like kills two Russian vampires
Yeah.
that are like making out. And that scene looked like the same scene except
Yeah,
for
he's like somewhere else. He's like in another country or something.
yeah, he's in like Moscow, I think.
Yeah.
And then they never
Yeah,
just
the blood god thing was different too.
The part Blade I remember is like the beginning of the first one,
Oh yeah.
where it's the blood orgy rave.
Yeah, the blood
Yeah.
rave.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's good shit.
God, I had to watch that again now.
Yeah.
The first one's awesome.
I don't think I have it on VHS though.
Yeah.
You'll find it.
So Morbius trailer looks interesting. Could
Yeah.
be really good.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's really good.
I'm
I hope
intrigued.
it's good too. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't want it to be bad.
Yeah. I don't either.
Just want it to be in the MCU.
I want it to be the dark underbelly of the MCU.
I won't let it go. We also watched a trailer for Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, we did. And I'm hard still.
Yeah.
Boba looks like he's done some sit-ups.
I like Dad Bod Boba.
Oh my god, his armor does fit better this time.
My assumption is that they were shooting Mandalorian and just called him in the middle of it and was like, "Hey, are you busy?" "No, I'm not busy."
Sitting on his
Okay,
couch eating ice
so-
cream.
Yeah.
"Can you show up at this lot and do this scene for $10? And he was like, "Fuck yeah, I can do it for free." And then showed up and like did it, and they were like, he like showed up and they were like, costume.
Oh my god.
And then afterwards, he probably seen himself. I don't even think they said anything to him. He probably seen it and was like, "Oh shit, I got to order a P90X."
Wow.
I'm not trying to fat shame this dude.
I
It's
say
just
don't
like,
fat shame. I'm a
Yeah,
body
I'm
positive
not,
guy.
like-
Dude, I'm
so-
fat as fuck, so
yeah,
but
I
he
just
definitely needed the breastplate spreader.
That was I got that right.
Here you go.
Yeah. So this trailer looks great.
Yeah.
I'm
No,
fucking
I'm
stoked.
super excited
Yeah.
for it.
It's-
Give us something to watch.
Yeah, it starts out with
when
well, it
we're
doesn't start out,
snowed
but
in.
basically. Yeah. Dude, I hope.
Oh,
This is
God,
fucking
please.
apparently it's gonna be a real bad winter. But this isn't the Weather Channel.
No.
So
Oh, it's not. I want to delete all this shit.
in the trailer we discover that he's basically trying to take over Jabba's old role
Yeah.
and wants to unite the underbelly, the villains of Tatooine.
Yeah.
And
And there's some other guy doing it when he shows up.
yeah.
Because, I mean, at this point, Jabba's been dead for how many years?
5.
Something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't remember the exact timeline because this is after The Mandalorian. Like, this is.
Right.
So, which I also think interesting is like The Mandalorian brought Boba Fett back in, and then he was like, okay, I'm going to go do stuff now because I'm motivated.
Everybody was like, look at Boba Fett!
That's how I felt.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think having this Boba Fett series will actually make me like The Mandalorian more, because like now I'm gonna get the thing. Like now I'm gonna get the thing that I thought The Mandalorian was gonna be, and I think I'm gonna love this.
Fuck you.
I know,
Shane,
I know.
we have to beat up Russell.
Yeah, we're about to beat the shit out of him. We're gonna take a break. We'll be right back
Be right
after
back.
these messages from fucking Russell's doctors.
What if we did that? He comes back crying. Boba Fett looks okay.
The Mandalorian is God.
I didn't say that.
I mean, fucking people talk like it.
I mean, it's not about like, yeah, fucking what's his fuck is super cute, but it's not about that. It's about it being a badass show. Space Western, man.
Dude, yep. Space
Yeah.
samurai western.
And some
Yeah.
of it is absolutely amazing. Some of it is fucking terrible.
It's not though.
I just
We'll
don't-
be right back.
Yeah, we gotta kick his ass again. Anyway, this isn't about Mandalorian. This is
Yeah.
about Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm
I
super
know.
excited for this.
Whoever is listening that's saying the same thing, your ass is getting kicked next.
we kicking everybody's ass up in here.
Yeah, this will 100%. This is going to be. I don't know, man. This is going to be what I thought.
I hope it's what
going to be.
I hope you get whatever it is that you're wanting, so that you can be happy about it.
I think I will be.
And I mean, I think if
I'm not
it's
even like
good. I'll enjoy it.
I'm not even a Boba Fett fanboy, like at all.
No.
Like, because they did the thing that, I mean, is a trope now.
Yeah,
Like, give this badass looking character 4 lines and fans will love him.
I mean,
and
it's
want
a
more
trope
of him.
because of him.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
He is the trope, so it's
So-
fine if he does it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I was one of those guys that was like, "Fuck you." He fucking died.
In a Sarlacc pit.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, and then there was a bunch of books written about it, and he came out, and I was like, "Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I guess they're canon." Now they're not canon anymore.
They're like,
but he's
"That's
back
not
anyway.
canon." Yeah.
Ugh.
The Star Wars universe is a mess.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I really liked the part in this trailer at the end where they're like arguing, like, what if we just take it? And
Yeah.
she's like, well, if you said that to Jabba, he would feed you to shit. But
Yeah.
and then Boba's like, speak freely. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Jabba's kind of a bitch. Like, I know he's big bad and fucking Tatooine, but he's kind of like a bitch.
Hey, he's just a sluggy bitch.
Yeah, he like doesn't do any of the work himself. He's just like sits
Yeah.
on his fucking
He's
throne
like
thing.
every fat overlord ever,
Almost.
except for the one that we're going to talk about next week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, so like I don't know. I never cared too much for Jabba. He's a good stereotypical villain, but I've never been like, oh yeah, Jabba. It's an awesome villain
Is
guy.
anyone a Jabba fan?
I don't feel
I
like
guarantee
people have
there
been.
is
Yeah.
at least one person that like jerks off to Rule 34 Jabba, but that's not what I'm talking about. That is not what I'm talking about.
We're not doing a sound effect for that.
That same person has sex with Jello. So,
quit.
I'm out. Well,
all right, guys,
Shane's
welcome
gone.
to the DQP Hostful. I'm your host, Russell.
Hey.
Everyone has now turned off the
Boo.
podcast. Anyway, yeah. So I like that, like, because Boba's gonna fuck someone up. Like he's gonna be like, speak freely, and then he's gonna stand the fuck up and punch someone in the mouth.
Yeah,
Like-
it's gonna be
Like
dope.
flamethrower them or some shit. Like that's what
While
I'm waiting
punching
for.
them, yes.
Yeah, he just
Aw,
like has
dude.
all the fucking gadgets. He's like fucking Mark 1 Iron Man shit. But they showed him fucking a guy up in the street, but I don't know if that's like before or after that scene.
Oh god, I hope it's right after. So he speaks freely, and then he's like, "Let's step outside."
Yeah.
Beats the shit out of him in the
You want to
street.
say that to me in the street?
We
What?
don't.
Why?
We don't fight in the throne room. I don't know. I think this is going to be fantastic. So
This council table's really expensive. Let's go fucking get blood in the sand instead of on my rare wood, whatever. I don't know what trees are called in fucking Star Wars.
rare forest of indoor
Yeah.
moon tree.
Yeah. I mean, those are just the redwoods of in
Anyone that
California.
loves Star Wars hates me.
It's still called tree, but it's spelled weird.
Well, no, I
Spelled
just mean like
future.
the type of tree. I was gonna be like mahogany or some shit. Cocobolo, fucking it's fucking Dagobah and fucking Cocobolo, okay? And you don't bleed on my Dagobah and Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola?
Conference table, okay?
Yes, please do not bleed in my Coca-Cola.
Don't bleed in my Coca-Cola either.
That's not sanitary.
No. But that dude that you were watching earlier on TikTok would probably drink it still.
Oh,
Gross.
God. TikTok.
Gross. Anyway, we
Anyway.
watched another trailer too, didn't we?
Yeah, we watched
we?
another trailer.
I thought we just watched the two.
No, we watched another one.
I
What was
wish
the
we
other
had just
trailer?
watched the two.
No, you guys are wrong. This is going to be the best trailer we've watched in this entire show.
What trailer did we watch?
It's called Pups Alone, dog. We watched that one.
Oh, I blocked it out.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Fucking- He's gotten blackout drunk and sober again in the last 30 minutes just to forget that existed.
It's going to rule. It's called Pups Alone, and it's about dogs doing Home Alone shit. Talking dogs. It's going to be great.
That was the pitch.
That's the whole movie.
Dolph Lundgren's in it, though. Danny
Right.
Trejo is in it.
Dolph Lundgren
Sort
was
of.
attached to the film after the pitch. Because someone was like, "How can we make this worse?"
You
Put Dolph Lundgren in it.
You hold your tongue. It's going to be amazing. Danny Trejo is a bulldog. It's going to be good.
I think Rob Schneider is playing a whitewashed Chihuahua named Jose.
Yeah, I'm not happy about that so much.
I mean, they probably couldn't actually get Antonio Banderas to do it. He's like, I'm not going to be a dog.
He's been a cat before.
They called Antonio, and Antonio was like, "Why don't you get Rob Schneider to do it?" Like,
Yeah.
that's a great idea. And he's like, "I was joking."
Yeah.
He's like, I only do cats.
That movie was animated too. So like this is
It's live action.
It's live action with talking dogs.
I'm into it. Dolph Lundgren's gonna like break into the house and like, I'm Dolph Lundgren, and Pups gonna be like, nuh They're gonna do wacky hijinks. It's gonna be great.
I'm
Yes.
just gonna watch Homeward Bound again.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't remind me. That movie hurts. When Shadow falls into that pit.
Yeah, it's sad, but he
Ugh.
comes back. He makes it through.
He does make
Spoiler.
it through.
I haven't seen that in probably 20 years, so I don't remember what the fuck you're talking about.
We can watch it.
No, I'm good.
We're watching another show, Homeward Bound.
No.
Who does Shadow's voice? Michael
Oh.
J. Fox does the other one.
He's what's the boxer's name?
I don't remember.
Shadow is the golden retriever, and there's a cat. What's the cat's name?
Dude, don't fucking ask me. I just said I don't know anything about that movie anymore.
I just know Shadow.
Sassy is the cat,
Sassy
played by Sally Field. Michael J. Fox is Chance, the bulldog.
Chance. There we go.
I'm not a fan of live action movies with talking animals that they don't like at least like CG the mouths of the animals to make it look like they're actually talking. They're just like, yeah, we waved a fucking couple begging strips in front of them and they were like, and we just, voice acted over that.
It's gonna be great. I love it. I love talking dogs.
Also looked like a fucking
Don Ameche? Ameche?
who?
Don Ameche does Shadow's voice.
Okay.
This was the last movie he did. Second
He
to last movie he
Actually fell into that hole and died.
I was gonna say they put him in a hole.
did. He died December 6th, 1993.
It's not as funny now.
Nope.
Awkward.
Damn it, I was trying to go somewhere. And you guys interrupted me talking about a fucking dead guy. I feel bad, but you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, it had like some weird like Honey I Shrunk the Kids knockoff fucking technology shit for the dogs and stuff. It's like, is this supposed to be an homage to how Doc Brown fed his dog? Like, what the fuck's happening? Honestly, this movie looks awful. Like, it looks like
It's gonna be great.
all these people that are in it, because there's like some legit people in it. I mean, you know, Lundgren and Trejo are mostly relegated to B-movie schlock. Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Lundgren is he went to MIT.
No, I'm not saying he's dumb. I'm just saying that he's, you know, not in very many good movies anymore. Like,
Yeah.
high budget movies. How about that?
Here, I'll run the cast list for you real quick because this cast is absolutely ridiculous. So Jennifer Love Hewitt is Gidget, is a voice. So
Dog.
The dog. Keith David plays the wise bartender. Danny Trejo plays Vinny P.
You have me at all three of them so far.
Jerry O'Connell plays Charlie, who's also a dog.
What the fuck?
Malcolm McDowell plays
What
Oliver,
the
which
fuck?
is a voice actor, maybe probably a dog. Eric Roberts is CEO Bill. Dolph Lundgren is Victor, is a person. Rob Schneider is the voice of Jose. Nicholas Turturro.
Whoa.
What the fuck? Who's he?
He is a guy named Benny. And that is Marlon Young is the narrator.
Yeah, there's so many people in this movie that like it's not like a A-list cast, but it's enough B people to be a higher budget and quality than this.
It's the
trailer.
A-list of the B-list.
Which is how I live my life.
Yeah, but this trailer, the quality of this movie looks like utter trash.
You say trash, I say treasure.
Okay.
So the movie is written by, the screenplay was done by Jason Gruich, who did Underwater, a movie called Cleveland, Mississippi River Sharks,
Sold.
Home for the Holidays, which looks like a scary movie. Oh, he also did some work on Cloak and Dagger. Yay.
Whoa. I forgot that existed.
I did too. Yeah, this is his first and primary writing job.
Yeah. Might be his last.
So you say, what if it's great? Shane asks, what if it's great?
Then I'm going to wonder how they spent so much money on shooting whatever they used for the trailer and then completely reshot the whole movie. I mean, I'll concede that it's great, but they wasted a lot of money shooting all the trash that's in that trailer.
Fair. I'm not that excited as I was. I'm stepping out of the bit.
Okay. I don't mean I mean, like, I'm being very serious. Like, this does not look good. Like, it's funny that it exists.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Like, if you're watching it to be amused by how bad it is, that's a totally different thing. And, like, that might be fun. But you're going to be laughing at the movie, not with the movie.
Who knows? We don't know.
Okay.
So
We're gonna watch it, Shane.
the director's name is Alex Merkin. He
That
has
sounds
done
familiar.
a lot of shorts and a few TV movies.
Did he do Logan's Run?
It looks like his first large feature-length movie was Altitude, starring Dolph Lundgren.
Huh.
That's how we got him back.
and Denise Richards. And then he did some TV movies, and then now we're here to this big blockbuster feature film, Pups Alone, which is rated PG, and it has a runtime
84 minutes.
of an hour and 50 minutes.
Damn, that's real long.
Holy shit! They needed another editor. Like, what the fuck? I guess that's coming out in like 2 weeks.
We're gonna watch
this movie
it.
is set to release on November 19th, 2021. You are not dragging me to the theater for this.
No.
That's what you think.
No.
How about you go like record it on your phone and I'll watch it on my phone. On your phone.
That's piracy.
I don't think they'll care.
They'll just be happy someone
Like,
pirated
holy
it.
shit.
It's just
Somebody
me.
paid to watch this.
It's just me at the theater. Like,
Yeah.
do whatever they want, dude.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We don't fucking care.
I'm sorry, Dave. We love you, but we also hate you for making us watch this trailer.
That's okay. I'm used to that. Just trying to put some fun and whimsy in your life, but
we
guess
don't do
not.
enough family movies.
Yeah, we're like a family.
Do you have anything else you want to say about Pups Alone?
No,
You're mad at us.
no, not at all.
You still got to host the show, goddammit.
Oh, do I? Oh, I'm sorry. Can I do that then?
Yeah, you can.
I'm sorry I annoyed you with my trailer. Can I continue my show?
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, I'm being a diva. Too much power.
So- Absolute power corrupts absolutely. So last week we had an email
Oh, yeah, emails.
and we read that and now we have
Uh-oh.
a follow-up email
Oh,
to that
no.
email.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
So Bill from Indy writes in.
Hey, Bill.
Remember, Bill? We're pals.
I might have told you to fuck off last week. I don't remember.
Bill from Indy writes.
Uh-huh.
The wheel of time turns, and ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend, then fade to myth, and are long forgotten when the age comes again. There are neither beginnings nor endings to the turning of the wheel of time, but I will show you your ending if you don't watch your whore mouths about the greatest books ever written.
I don't think I actually said anything bad about the books. I just said that I wasn't into them. Correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't listen to the show last week. I just said some shit. I kind of talk out of my ass all the time, so you should take everything I say with a grain of salt. So, like all the time, not just on the show, like in real life too. I'm totally full of shit.
That's why we get along so well, Shane. That's a great email. Thanks, Bill.
Yeah, that was pretty great. I read it when I first read it. I just fucking died,
Yeah.
laughing, also mildly concerned.
He will come kill us.
I think he's behind you.
I'll hold my reserves of opinion for the show.
Yeah, I mean, if the show's good, that's awesome. If it's not, then that sucks.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't, like I said last week, I don't know much about the Wheel of Time, and
yeah.
books is dumb. So,
Well, he's gonna come for you now.
no, Bill, remember, we're cool.
So last week, again, we talked about the Alec Baldwin shooting.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go back. I read some stuff. This is all Reddit comments, so I'm not saying that any of this is gospel or accurate.
Right.
This is just what I read.
Yep. Let's do it.
So this is from a Reddit user. I'm not going to put their name on there, but so I'm reading a comment. To share my very limited experience, which is one time on a set and review of safety protocols through my company. The armorer walks the gun to the actor. Well, let's go back and say what we said last week. Basically, a gun was accidentally discharged, and it killed one person. That was a cinematographer, and it injured a director.
Yeah.
And we basically said it was, everybody leading up to it that had their hands on the gun. And then the final person being Alec Baldwin. Basically, everyone's at fault there because of just not following safety rules of having firearms. So the armorer walks the gun to the actor, opens the firearm, shines a light down the barrel and in the cylinder, then gets positive confirmation that there are no rounds present. The firearm is then transferred to the actor. The actor then points the firearm at the ground and pulls the trigger 6 times. Obviously, this last step is not done with blanks, because you would have just fired them all. A cold gun has no rounds at all, even blanks. So something that was in a lot of the articles was saying that, claiming that whoever handed Alec the gun said that it was a cold gun.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have nothing in it.
Yeah.
An armorer can perform the same steps with the prop master or assistant director, who then hands the gun to the talent. So the armorer is supposed to do that before the talent on this set that this person was on.
Yeah.
At least. And from other comments that I read, that seemed to be the general consensus, like, of other people that had said that they were on sets.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody except the armorer is then allowed to open the firearm. This is in place to prevent them from putting live rounds in or something stupid.
Okay.
Okay.
Talent receives training where protocols are established. They should not accept a gun that was not properly checked. So basically, it sounds like they're supposed to check it in front of them.
Yeah.
Or they should know that it has been checked. They should never point the gun at anyone, even during a scene, and ballistic shields should be in use. A large problem, and this is them talking about the actual incident. A large problem is the armor is rushed, which is why union shops and or strong contracts are so valuable from the beginning. So there's a few other things that are going into this that I've read afterward that kind of confound this whole thing. One, it was in New Mexico, right?
Okay.
So there's not a crew union there.
Okay.
So they're non-unionized as far as the crew on this set.
Right.
Also, they were cutting budget, and a lot of people had multiple jobs, including the armorer.
Okay.
Which makes them busier. So then you start cutting corners because you're busy and you're trying to keep a schedule. I also read that there were 2 previous negligent discharges on the set of this movie or this show.
What
Really?
the fuck?
Whoa.
And that day, the crew walked off the set because of these NDs. No, this is all from piecing shit together. So if it's a little inaccurate, I apologize. So what I read is that there were 2 previous NDs. That day that the shooting happened, the crew walked off and they were brought back on under basically promises that it wouldn't happen again. And they were under a time crunch to get something done that day. So they were trying to shoot this scene.
Mm-hmm.
At which point, it has been said, but the first assistant director is denying that he is the one that got the gun off of a cart. Not in a safe, not in a designated area for props or for guns, just on a cart, picked it up and just handed it to Baldwin and said it was cold.
What the
fuck?
So that's not even the armorer handing him the gun.
No, the armorer didn't touch it in the sequence of these events. There are also a lot of people talking shit about the armorer because they were inexperienced and they allowed this to happen, basically like a moral stand of, you know, even if it's your job, you have to be like, look, I can't do this because it's not safe. Not only that, but it has been accused that the armorer and a few other crew members, and this is the reason that there were live rounds on the set, were taking the guns used for the show and going shooting with them before production. So they were like taking props and using them for fun.
The armorer was.
The armorer and other crew members. So that was why there were live rounds on the set. Dude, like, this is
Why?
like... it's amazing that only 2 people were shot on the set of this movie. From everything that I've read, it's fucking clown shoes. It's clown shoes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. And the worst part is it still comes down to Alec Baldwin. Because he is a producer on the show, and he is part of the reason that all of these things happened. And he was there.
Fair.
He was there.
He should be enforcing.
So he should be
these
enforcing
guidelines.
all these guidelines because he's a producer.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
So, like, we're going to find out this is all just like guerrilla marketing for a new 30 Rock season, right?
I mean, that would be better than this person being dead for all these idiots not doing their jobs. Like, this is ridiculous.
I just don't.
It sounds like, you know, the guy that shoots a fucking round off in his house because he's like showing his piece off, and you watch the video of it, and the guy's being a complete buffoon, and you're like, wow, what an idiot. We're surprised he didn't shoot his friend or himself. And that's what this set was the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still I've seen a lot of dissent about blaming it on Baldwin because he didn't follow the rules of handling a gun. Because the rules are changed for how you shoot a movie, which I sort of understand that, but I still think that some of them apply. So, like, I get the not checking it to see if it's loaded or not, based on, you know, it's been loaded and sealed basically by somebody that's supposed to know what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
Specifically so that somebody else doesn't put something in it. Right?
Yeah.
I get that. But, like, part of one of the big rules is to not pull the trigger unless you mean to shoot the thing that you're pointing it at.
Yeah.
And to not point it at people unless you mean to shoot them. So, like, those are 2 huge rules that were obviously not kept in this situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's just, the whole thing is a mess. The more that comes out about it and the more I read about it, it's an even bigger mess, and it's really surprising more people weren't hurt.
Yeah, it sounds like it from what you were saying.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know.
Last week I was angry. This week I'm still angry, but I'm also extraordinarily disappointed.
Yeah.
Which is almost worse.
Yeah, it is. I'm glad that, you know, no one else was hurt, but it's terrible that it happened anyway.
Yeah.
Like, with that much negligence, I don't even know that you can, like, call it an accident. Like,
it's straight up negligent on multiple parties. Because, like, the first assistant director is also in charge of safety, and he's literally handing a gun that has not been checked to an actor.
Saying that it was
saying that it's cold. I mean, all this is an accusation.
Right, we don't know.
So, like,
for sure.
we don't know if this is accurate or not. You know, we don't have a fucking video of it. But multiple people have accused that of being what happened.
yeah, so it being on a set, I mean, cameras are pretty much always rolling. I would think that there'd be some sort of video footage of the situation. Unless, like, everyone's, like... I feel like all of this is just PR campaign for the public audience to not hate Baldwin.
It could be.
Like, I feel like a lot of it is.
I also saw, like, I know that there are bots on Reddit, and some of the comments that are, like, particularly inflammatory are bots. But some of them were basically saying like the only reason that all these 2A guys are getting on Baldwin is because he made fun of Trump. It's like, I don't fucking like Trump, and I still think Baldwin's at fault. Like, I don't give a fuck what he did on Saturday Night Live. That's got nothing to do with it. It's got to do with how, like, he was a producer on a set that was extremely unsafe, and he is the one that actually pulled the trigger and killed someone. So, like, kind of feel like it might be his fault.
Yeah, I also don't like Trump, and Trump deserves to be made fun of. The cinematographer did not deserve to have her life taken in this fashion.
No.
So,
not in any way.
Can we like start arresting people? Like some prison time, probably something. I don't know.
I feel like the first assistant director and the armorer are going to catch the heat, and then that's probably going to be it. But they were also negligent. They just weren't the one pulling the trigger.
It sounds like there's a whole list of people that need in trouble for varying degrees of criminality. Like,
I mean, if legally the first assistant director is responsible for safety on the set, then he should bear a brunt of the punishment for this. And Baldwin being responsible for basically the root cause of all of this is the budget being cut and being non-union, people having multiple jobs and not being able to do either of them correctly.
Yeah. And also still being the one that pulled the trigger.
Still being the one that was actually actively involved in the accident to begin with. Also deserves a large part of the blame.
Yeah.
But the armorer is not blameless, especially if they're the one that brought live rounds to the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
No.
What the fuck? Okay.
I feel like there's somewhere we need to go that is not this topic.
Yeah.
I got somewhere we can go.
Dave, you got a review?
I do. So I like video games.
Oh, yeah.
I have a video game review, or recommendation, I'd say. I haven't played a ton of it yet to get a fully review. But I was able to, so we talk about I don't have internet.
Yes.
I was able to actually download something through my phone.
Your hotspot?
Yeah.
Shit.
But I only have a limited amount of data, so I can't use my phone all the time.
Mm-hmm.
But I downloaded a game off of Steam. It came out, I think, early October it came out. It's called Inscription.
Mm.
It is a roguelike deck-building card game.
Okay.
So if you know what roguelike is, it's like random. It's like almost like a dungeon crawlers, random dungeons and stuff is what roguelike is.
Yeah.
This is like I said, it's a deck-based, like card game, deck-building based game / horror / escape room / like weird demon thing.
Okay.
It's
a lot going on here.
It's a lot. So you start the game, and it looks almost like an old VHS, like kind of boots up. And there you hear someone go, "Huh, wonder what's on this," and like hit a button, and like a screen appears, like press start here, like a video game. But there's like the new game thing, and then there's a continue game. But the new game thing, you cannot click the new game.
Okay.
And you have to go to the continue game. And it pops up, and then it's just like black screen, and these eyeballs pop up, and that shows like a table, and then these eyeballs, and they're like, "Oh, you're back. It's been a long time. Do you remember how to play my game?" And then you play this card game.
Okay.
Like it's almost like it's a very simple, like, not quite magic, but
sort of like
lay a card down, and you sacrifice that card to get cooler cards.
Yeah.
And attack and stuff. It's got some magic mechanics, like obviously they can't say trample or flying, but it's
similar ideas.
Similar to that. And you play this game, and you win the first one, or if you mess up, he's like, "Oh, it's been a while. Let me show you how to do this."
Yeah.
And he explains the stuff to you, and then it goes. Then a map appears, and you basically work your way to the map, and like sometimes you're like getting new cards for your deck, or upgrading your cards, or playing different against the same guy. It's his floating eyes staring at the whole time. And then slowly he starts adding more things to the game. And if you die, he takes you, like you are sacrificed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you start over again with like only 4 cards. And you got to build again, keep going, and it changes each time.
Okay.
But when you're playing, like there's a card that talks to you.
Okay.
Like you put cards like when you die the first time, it comes back, it's like, hey, you messed up. And it like goes on and talks. It's like, we have to find this. This guy's crazy. Don't listen to him. And you can like pull back from the table and you're in this cabin. And there's these weird puzzles in the cabin that the more you play the card game, the more it tells you how to unlock and solve these puzzles to get better cards and get like cooler upgrades to eventually escape this cabin.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
That
it's
sounds interesting.
real cool.
That's pretty cool.
I played for like 2 or 3 hours last night. But I like those kind of like card games anyways.
Yeah.
There's another cool card game called Monster Train. You guys heard of that?
Mm-mm.
That one's pretty fun. Oh,
Played what the fuck is that one called? I still have it on my phone somewhere. Billy's shouting the name of it at his phone right now. Oh, Slay the Spire.
Oh yeah, that one's a lot of fun too. I like that one a lot. I think Monster Train might be from the same company as that one.
Oh, okay.
It's similar to that.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
yeah.
that's how a lot of the super simple deck builders on like phone games kind of run like Slay the Spire, where you just like you can play so many cards a turn, versus like the way that like the Marvel and DC physical card deck builders work, where like you collect cards and then like your hand determines how much you can play and stuff.
Right, yeah. That's exactly what this game is. But like you only start with like 4 cards.
Yeah.
You start with 4 cards and squirrel cards. And
Yeah,
squirrels
yeah.
are your sacrifice.
Yeah.
But it's super cool. It's a creepy game. Like you get items. Like I got an item last night that was a pair of pliers.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, what's this do? And I clicked it and I clicked on it and it literally you take one of your own teeth out. Because the way you win is there's this scale. When you do damage, it adds weights to one side that are teeth. So you literally just do a free damage, but you like pull your character's tooth out.
Okay.
Yeah. There's also a knife. Like I found like you have this knife. Like what's this do? And I clicked on it and you stab yourself in the eye and take your eye out and it makes your opponent go all the way to just like 1 health left.
Yeah, so if you take out your eye and your tooth in the same turn, you win.
Yeah. Yeah. And I did that and I won. And the creepy demon eyeball guy goes, "Oh, well, you can't just have one eye. Have a spare." And opens up this box of eyeballs. And there's a glowy one.
What the fuck?
There's a glowy one. And I clicked the glowy one.
Uh-huh.
And it made like the whole screen kind of wonky. And when he like closes the box, there's a secret message on the box that you could see because of the eye. So it's like an escape room.
That's fucking
Done.
awesome.
Yeah.
Wild.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
I would check it out. It's called Inscription. I think it's like $17.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a little pricey, but
Yeah, it's a little more pricey than most of the like cheap games on Steam.
right. But I have not beat it or anything because it's hard.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a roguelike, so
yeah.
famous for being Nintendo hard or worse.
Yeah. It feels Nintendo hard.
Lion King hard.
Oh god, that game was so hard.
Pretty sure it's impossible, but
Earth One Gym was also hard. It
mm.
was a really hard game. But yeah, if you guys have Steam, want to check it out, Inscription. I highly recommend it.
Right on.
Sounds fun. Sounds weird and interesting.
Yeah.
Super weird.
I'm gonna probably play it tonight when I
Kinda
get
into
home.
that.
So I watched a new show on Netflix, a new series, animated series
Mhm.
called Inside Job. And basically what the show is about is the deep state. Everything you've read about the deep state in the last, I don't know, 6 years, is true, and you see the show play it out. So the show, one of the things the show does that I thought was interesting is it separates the Illuminati and the deep state. So they're both like dark secret organizations under the powers of these guys called the Robes, and it's pretty interesting. There's some funny stuff. It's a nice little spin. You kind of have like those, like the standard animated adult TV show dynamics. Like there's a man that's like part dolphin,
General or whatever.
Yeah, he's a general for the deep state. The show centers around Reagan Ridley, voiced by Lizzie Kaplan, and her dad is
Christian Slater.
Yeah, her dad, I can't remember his name in the show, but her dad is played by Christian Slater. And they have an interesting dynamic throughout the show, where he like helped funded the deep state and like was a part of the board and then got kicked off the board. So like her boss is actually a guy named JR, and like you see all this like throughout the first season. There's 10 episodes. They're out on Netflix now. It's Netflix original animated series. It's, I don't know. I liked it the more I watched it, the more I got further into the series, the more I liked it. The first couple episodes, I was kind of like, this is kind of dumb. It's like one of those shows that like tries to go like a joke a second, and like sometimes it's just too much, and like sometimes it's not funny, but then sometimes it's really funny. So it just depends on your humor. I feel like there's a little bit of it in there for everyone. It's like everyone's gonna laugh at some point in time. But I actually found myself not really watching it for the comedy at a certain point, and just kind of watching it because I was actually interested in the story and what they were doing. Because it is like, it's not like a reset. It's not like Family Guy or American Dad or stuff. It has like an arc that plays out throughout the series. It's, I don't know. I recommend it. I think it's amusing at the very least. It's like a nice little, just like, you're sitting down, gonna watch something real quick.
Yeah.
Pop on an episode. Watch a couple
the one
episodes.
episode I watched with, one of the 2 episodes I watched with you was pretty good. The moon sex cult.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah.
What's it called again?
It's called Inside Job.
Inside Job. Okay.
Yeah. There's another character. His name's Mike. He's a magic mushroom. He's a living magic mushroom from deep beneath the earth. And
literally looks like one of the black felt poster mushrooms.
Really?
Yeah. And he's an amusing character. I believe John DiMaggio does the voice of him. But it's I don't know. I was amused at the very least, and sometimes I was very humored. So it just depends. But
I do like
recommend it.
some, animated comedies.
Yeah, unlike Hoops, I was super interested in the show and watched all of it.
Dude, I couldn't even like finish like 2 episodes of that show.
No, dude.
It was so bad.
I was excited when they came out with the trailer. I was like, Hoops could be cool because it's got fucking Jake Johnson, Nick from New Girl.
Oh, okay.
Is the voice of the main guy, but it does the joke per second thing the whole time, and it's fucking annoying. Like, I did not enjoy Hoops. I think I watched 3 episodes.
It was like it was like not a good kind of humor. That's what I didn't like about it. Like, the kind of humor was not, it was like middle school locker room humor.
Yeah. Yeah. And not like Big Mouth.
Not like classy dick and fart jokes, like gross and offensive dick and fart jokes.
Yeah.
think that's all it was. This was like that's why I didn't like it. I was like, this is fucking gross and misogynistic enough to offend me. I can't imagine like watching this and being a sensitive to those things. Like,
Right. Huh.
what the fuck? Who made this?
Yeah.
Did you guys ever watch F is for Family?
Yeah.
That shows.
I like
that
F is
show
for
a lot.
Family. That one's good. That's a good one.
Clark Duke is in that too. He's Brett Hand.
Oh yeah, Clark Duke plays Brett Hand.
John DiMaggio is actually Glenn Dolphman,
Oh, okay.
and then Brett Gelman is Magic Mike.
Okay. Yeah, his name
The
is
mush-
Magic
mushroom.
Mike.
All right, that's awesome.
MYC Mike.
Yeah,
NYC Mike.
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's his oh man, it's fucking gross. He's like his tentacles are all his penis. But also his hands and other things. And when he secretes magical liquids. Like magic mushroom liquids. They talk about psilocybin and everything. It's like there's thought that went into the show, and I think that's what makes it. Like even the jokes that aren't good or the jokes that fall flat, like there's still thought behind
So
most of the lines in the show.
what I watched of it made it feel like Rick and Morty through a lens of American Dad, but in a good way.
Yeah.
And I think it is like the style. If it's not animated by the same people, it is stylized after Rick and Morty,
Yeah.
because the art style is very, very similar.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got there's definitely some Rick and Morty vibes.
I'll have to check that out.
I don't know if it's supposed to be their answer, like to Rick and Morty, because I feel like they would have went a little bit harder and maybe like did a lot more like creative arcing
Yeah,
for the characters. But it's also just season 1, so
yeah,
we'll see what it turns into, because there's a lot that they already put into this. Like there's like they talk about Atlantis. You don't see Atlantis in the first season, but
Yeah.
they talk about Atlantis a lot. And when the episode that Shane watched, they're on the moon, and when you see Earth, there's like this big thing in the ocean, and I was like,
Huge.
"What the fuck?" Yeah,
Huge
huge, like larger than any of the continents. And I was like, "What in the fuck is that?" And then as soon as I asked myself that question, the dad says something along the lines of yeah, the Earth looks different up here because they Photoshop out Atlantis and all the pictures of the globe.
yeah. Isn't it crazy that NASA photoshops all the
Yeah.
satellite images of the Earth to not have Atlantis in it?
Yeah, it's I thoroughly enjoyed the show. Like it takes a minute to get into, at least it did for me, but like once I got into it, I was like, I gotta finish this shit so I can talk about it. And
Yeah.
like the end, the last couple episodes, I was just, oh man, it's good. It's good. It's good.
It sounds it. I'm intrigued.
Yeah, the like episode and a half or two that I watched was pretty good, so I would join Russell in saying that you should probably watch it, and that I'm going to watch it later. Not tonight, but you
Dave had a
more
VHS
stuff.
story.
Oh yeah, I have a VHS story.
Yeah.
We had mentioned this last week,
Yeah.
but we ran out of time.
Yep.
So a couple weeks ago at this point, me and a friend of mine, one of my good buddies, he's also a
Good buddy.
he's a good buddy. He's one of my VHS pals. There's a store in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
In a mall called I don't know if I should say the name.
No, whatever. I mean, it's not where you live.
It's true. S&I Videos.
You're
It's
not
just-
you're not doxing yourself.
Exactly, it's true. S&I Videos, which is it's mainly like probably 70% VHS, but they have a lot of DVD and some Blu-ray and stuff like that. So I've been wanting to go for a long time. One of my other buddies is like, you should go check it out. It's cool. It's cool. So me and my buddy went, and we get up there, and we got there kind of early. Like they opened at 11. We got there or noon. We got there right around noon. And we go into the mall, and this is the scariest mall I've ever been to in my life.
Yeah.
We open the door and half of the lights are out. Like some of the light banks aren't working.
Yeah.
Like, is it open? And most of the stores in this mall are either like just there's nothing in there, just closed or boarded up.
Awesome.
And like leaking in some spots. Somewhere in the ceiling, some spots the ceiling was caving in. There was missing person posters.
What
scattered throughout this mall.
Literally urban exploration going on to get to this VHS store.
Yeah.
Which sounds right.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. There was like maybe 14 stores open in this entire mall, and it was a pretty decent sized mall.
I can't believe there were stores still open and the fucking ceilings caving in and shit.
There was a Finish Line. That was the most notable store. There was a Finish Line and a place called Bouncy Town, which I wanted to go.
I don't know if I would want to go to a bouncy house place in that mall.
I don't know, man. It was called Bouncy Town, and they literally had, I have pictures of it. The front of it, they have deer blinds scattered for like kids to play in. Like, these are deer blinds. It was
what in the fuck?
We need to go make a video of us going through this mall.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was what my buddy took a bunch of pictures of it. So we went through, like, as soon as we walked in, we're like, oh, we have to walk through this whole mall.
Yeah.
So we walked around. We ended up stopping in the bathroom, and I had to go to the bathroom. In the bathroom, like the like light tubes were like flickering and stuff was busting. I'm like, we're gonna die.
What the fuck?
I didn't look too long into the mirror in case something started looking back at me. Like, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I want to go to this mall.
You look slightly to the left in the mirror no matter what your profile is doing.
Yep.
Nope.
So we ended up finding this place. It was next to I believe it looked like an old J.C. Penney's store. There was a church converted to a church.
Wow, that happens a lot.
And they had, it was like in the middle of the mall. There was like, it was a Spanish church.
Yep.
And they were having a good time.
Oh yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they played, we were in the VHS store for quite a long time, probably about 45 minutes to an hour. I could have swore they played the same song the whole time.
Holy shit.
So we get to the store, and it's just full of like VHS tapes, and I got some cool stuff. If I would have been in there longer, I probably would have cleaned the place out.
Yeah.
But it was also, I want to give a shout out to this store. It was like, we were the only ones in there for a while. A couple guys walk in and out. But there was this elderly gentleman, sitting behind the counter, who I believe when we walked in was sound asleep.
Awesome.
He's taking a nap. He's taking a nap.
Or maybe he was communicating back to the home world.
Or that too. But like he talked to us a little bit, like, oh, go check that out. That super nice guy.
Yeah.
Like, very nice, sweet old man. And one of my buddies who's a filmmaker did a short film in there. Like, he wrote video stuff. And I was texting him. He's like, hey, give me their email address so I can send them the video. I'm like, okay, cool. So like we go to check out, and I give this guy this. I'm like, oh, also my buddy shot some stuff here. He wants to send you guys that if you guys have an email. The whole guy goes, email, and he like looks outside, and goes, hun, do we have email? It was just the most adorable thing.
Wow. They don't have a VHS store because they were like collecting VHS. They have a VHS store because they don't know that anything else came out.
Pretty much. But it was adorable. Wow. Just the way he's like, email. Do we have that? Like, walk back.
Oh my God.
Did you like go through a wormhole? Like,
it felt like I did. There was a comic book store I wanted to go to, but we didn't have time. We're going, Shane.
Let's fucking go!
There's also a giant game store. Like, that was the one big thing. Yeah. People are playing Magic in it.
We're going to this fucking place.
Dude, Dave slipped into the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I want to go with him.
What made it even more 90s, so we walked around the whole store, the whole mall. There was you guys remember Sammy Terry?
Yeah.
There's a Sammy Terry's The Dungeon where he films all of his like live shows. it was closed. But I'm like, dude, Sammy Terry's here.
What the fuck?
What the fuck is Sammy Terry?
He was an old like Elvira,
Oh, okay.
like a late
Yeah.
night spooky movie.
Okay, yeah,
guy.
yeah.
I almost bought all of his set furniture once in an antique store, but it was $9,000.
Yikes!
Dude, you mean we could be like sitting in weird crushed velvet fucking prop chairs right now instead of these super comfy gray? Okay, yeah. I've seen him. I just didn't know what his name was.
Yeah, it's actually his son because Sammy Terry's no longer. But they just call him. He's just still Sammy Terry.
Character at this point.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
but yeah, it was really weird. Like the ceiling was caving
Sounds
in.
amazing.
There was like mall walkers that didn't quite meet. I didn't make eye contact with any of these people inside here.
They were zombies.
Yeah. And there was one store that it was like Ed's Retail or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And it was just those like plastic
Stop.
big
Shane can only get so hard.
I know, right? Those plastic like big wheel toys, like Power Wheel stuff. It was just those set up like a showroom and a couple of tricycles.
What in the fuck is this place?
And they were open. There was a guy at the counter playing on his phone, and me and my buddy walked by like, that's a money laundering place.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. This whole thing sounds like a money laundering site.
Wow. So what you're saying is DQP does road trip?
Yeah.
DQP does roadshow.
Roadshow?
What in the fuck? This sounds completely insane. The whole thing sounds just fucking bonkers, but I actually want to go to a comic book store.
Yeah. I didn't get a chance to go in there. My buddy we had to leave. He had to be back for band practice. But I didn't get a chance to go to the store, but it was right next to the VHS store.
Yeah. Comic book store, game store, VHS store,
Church.
and
a finish line.
the finish line.
And we walked by this like Japanese food court restaurant, and the ladies there really wanted us to stop. Like we walked by like, hi, hello. It's like,
Oh yeah.
They're probably 3 meals away from closing.
Yeah. Wow. They needed your money.
Or they're out of meat and they were trying to lure you to the back.
That's what I was thinking.
See, man, I went to the mall over here by us over the weekend, and I thought it was pathetic, but it's not to that point. I've actually worked in dying malls before,
Really?
like 3 of them.
Wow.
and like none of them got to the point where they were literally like decaying corpses before they were torn down. Like
Are you the harbinger of doom for malls?
maybe.
That's a pretty fucking metal song.
I worked at this mall in South Bend called Scottsdale. It is no longer there. It hasn't been there for at least 10 years, I think.
Damn.
We were one of 4 stores still in the building. There was our store, an EB Games, if that tells you how
Whoa.
long ago that was.
That's a long time.
EB Games, not even EB Toys.
No, KB Toys.
KB.
You're
toys.
right. You're right.
Yeah, KB Toys. There used to be like several KB toys in there, in different places at different times.
My dad worked at a KB Toys.
My aunt was actually a manager. She was the harbinger of doom for KB Toys. That was literally her job at one point, was to go in and close KB Toys stores.
Oh shit.
Yeah. But yeah, like there were literally 4 stores in that mall, but it was like still the mall was still in good shape.
Yeah.
Like if you look up pictures of Scottsdale Mall in South Bend, Indiana, you will see like pictures, and it's a very pretty mall, but all the pictures have no people in them.
It's just empty.
It's just empty. But like I always thought it was a great mall, but it was very expensive, and they were trying to pass because it was a 2-story with a lot of open space in the middle that they weren't utilizing for stores.
Okay.
So it was all like going into infrastructure and like upkeep and overhead as far as like heating and cooling it and stuff.
Right. That gets expensive.
Yeah,
Big
and
building
like
like that.
the way they had designed it had a bunch of skylights and shit for natural light, which then makes it less efficient for heating and cooling.
Yeah.
So it was very pretty, but it was like ill designed, and it was on the wrong side of town too, because there's a huge area on the north side that has a lot more business. But yeah, and then like the one of them was more like what you're talking about, but the other two like weren't falling apart, literally falling apart.
Yeah, this was wild. I have pictures to show Russell.
That mall is empty. That store is closed. Still empty. Another store closed.
Yeah.
That store looked like a fucking porn set.
It kind of did.
Go back.
There's like a couch and
I
two
wanna see the
chairs.
porn set.
and-
That's straight up black couch auditions.
There's the ceiling collapsing.
What the fuck? At least they have it cautioned off, I guess.
Yeah, it's true.
That store is called Furniture Corner.
Wow.
Oh, there's the deer blinds outside the bouncy town.
What the fuck? They're just renting it out to whoever the fuck.
What?
They're just like, give us $300 a month and you can put whatever the fuck you want. There's like mold on the ceiling?
Yeah, there's
What in the
Mold.
fuck, dude?
Jeez.
We gotta like wear respirators and go into this place.
yeah.
We need Mira Safety to sponsor this video we're gonna make going into this mall.
I'm willing to go back because that was a good story. But yeah, it was just like you said, it was urban exploration.
Yeah. Holy shit. You had another story, didn't you?
I do. I have a couple of quick wrestling stories.
Oh, yeah.
Wrestling news.
Wrestling news.
You guys like wrestling?
Wrestling.
Entertainment.
I enjoy wrestling.
So AEW, which
Yeah.
is the big promotion, one of their biggest draws is Jon Moxley.
Yep.
As of today, Tony Khan, which is the owner of AEW, announced, I actually have it right here.
Yeah.
Jon Moxley has allowed me to share with you that he is entering an inpatient alcohol treatment program. Jon is a beloved member of the AEW family. We all stand with him and Renee and all his family and friends as he shifts his focus to recovery. So he has been put into rehab.
Yeah. Which I imagine that's a good thing.
Yeah. I didn't really see it. I don't know the guy. So-
Right. But yeah. I don't know, like the schedule that he was keeping seemed a bit extreme, and I don't know if that had anything to do with it.
He was doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because he was working for AEW, but he was also doing a lot of independent stuff.
Yeah. I saw him at an independent show like last month.
Yeah. There was a GCW show
Yeah.
before the last AEW pay-per-view, like the night before.
Yep, that's the one I
And
was
he
at.
had like he was headlining both or
The GCW thing, he was more of an appearance. He only
Okay.
came out for like 5-10 minutes.
okay,
But he's still like,
got the shit kicked out of him.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's still laid in broken glass.
Yeah. Well, I hope he gets better.
Me too. He's a great, I've always liked him as a wrestler.
Yeah.
So
Even-
wish him the best of luck.
Even at WWE where they squandered him,
A lot.
he was still amusing at least.
And then I have some more independent wrestling news.
Okay.
Super interesting to wrestle.
Do it.
So it was Halloween. It was a Halloween show
Okay.
for Next Generation Wrestling in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Oh, I have a Halloween thing that I want to say after this.
Okay.
That will be sad then happy about.
Oh, I'm already in a roller coaster of emotions.
Yeah.
So at this Next Generation Wrestling show, 2 wrestlers were hurt in the same show. Not the
Okay.
same match, though.
Like seriously hurt?
Sort of. Not there's
Okay.
there. So Danhausen, which if
Oh,
you guys don't
okay.
know
Yeah, yeah.
Danhausen,
You've talked about him on the show
yeah,
before.
I love that man.
Yeah.
It's actually Fandango, which now is like Dirty Dango it goes with.
Okay.
They were wrestling in a tag match, and he landed wrong and landed straight on his leg.
Danhausen did.
Or landed on Danhausen's leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fandango is.
Fandango landed on
Okay.
Danhausen, breaking his tibia and
Ooh.
fibula.
Ooh.
Fibula.
Okay.
He posted his X-ray, and it looked pretty rough.
Yeah.
And so, also that same show, another indie wrestler, Mance Warner, which I think I also may have talked about on this show.
Maybe.
He's actually from Indianapolis.
Okay.
He's known for he's the Southern Psycho is his thing, the eye poke god. I won't get into his stuff, but there's not. He also, we think he broke an ankle. There's not much news on him, but he also like grabbed his knee as well. So like he had surgery apparently today. Like I don't know what happened, but like he's on the mend. But they Danhausen and then went to the same hospital. So on Instagram, it was Danhausen sitting next to his house. It's like tonight sucked.
Wow. That's fucking brutal.
Yeah. So some wrestling news. Hopefully wish those guys a speedy recovery.
Yeah. And it didn't even sound like they were like in hardcore matches. It was just like little accidents.
Right. I don't know about Mance. Mance tends to do hardcore stuff.
Yeah, but like a broken ankle isn't really like something that you get from getting hit with a chair, right?
Right, yeah.
You know, it's like I jumped off a thing and landed wrong.
Right, exactly. Or whatever. But both those dudes I like a lot, so wish them a speedy recovery. If you guys are wrestling fans, check out Danhausen. He's hilarious. Mance Warner is just insane.
Yeah.
He reminds me of like almost like an Arn Anderson, like 1987 wrestler bruiser guy.
Okay. That's cool.
Although he also like has his tongue stapled to stuff and like does death matches.
Yeah.
But yeah, check those guys out. Maybe buy some merch, help them out. You don't have to. I don't know them.
Yeah.
But
they probably don't have like real good insurance.
Right. Because Danhausen
insurance at all.
Yes. Danhausen is signed to Ring of Honor.
Okay.
Which is another little bit of news. I won't get into it. I think it was this month or so. Ring of Honor's announced that at the end of this year, they're releasing everyone from Ring of Honor.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah, everyone's getting released.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know the exact details or anything.
That's gnarly as fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it sucks.
Yeah.
But that might mean we might get Danhausen in AEW. We don't know.
That'd be interesting. I have some wrestling news.
Do you?
Yeah.
Halloween wrestling news?
No, this is not that. WWE still sucks.
Oh, whoa. Go on.
No, that was it.
I totally agree. As sad as it is, man, I used to love WWF.
Yeah, man.
F and then E.
Yeah.
I have a wrestling thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I was reading something about how people are upset that ratings didn't like shoot through the roof when CM Punk came to AEW.
Oh, yeah.
And then I read some comments, and top comment, which I thought made the most sense, which mildly amused me, was the guy was like, the person who wrote this article is an idiot because all of CM Punk's fans were already watching AEW.
Yep.
You're probably right.
I liked that. I was amused.
Yeah.
What's your Halloween news?
Bob Seger's house burned down on Halloween.
Whoa.
But Bob Seger was not hurt.
That's good.
No one was hurt, I don't think.
Definitely good.
Yeah.
Definitely good.
I forgot about it until just now.
Did he fall asleep with a cigarette in his mouth?
I don't know what happened. I just saw the headline.
Huh.
That's wild. I don't like house fires.
No. It'll scare the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
That's
They
terrifying.
actively worry me.
Personal belongings in a house fire.
Yeah.
That wasn't even my house.
I remember that.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that it?
That's all I
is that
had.
the show?
I think that's it.
We're ending on a sad note.
That's the
No, he lived. Bob
That's
Seger
true. He's
lived.
fine. He's fine.
That was like sad because his house burned down.
Yeah.
Happy Bob Seger lived.
He's alive.
Yeah.
And no one was hurt.
Yeah.
Someone tried to sacrifice him to the Halloween gods.
And
Satan.
Bob Seger's like, fuck no, get someone else.
Yeah.
Get Danzig.
He was like, "You're not turning this page."
There we
that
go.
was good. We're
there
ending
we go.
on that.
Yep.
Take us out, Dave.
This has been the DQB Does Hostful. I've been Yup Boy.
Yeah, boy.
And Shane's been the Hype Man. Hype Man. And we also have Russell the Mumbler.
Every day I'm mumbling.
Jesus.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Whip, whip, whip.
I was supposed to 1,000 years.
This has been a production of the Drafty Quarters Podcast Network.